What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another video, man. So today, man, we got, bro, this is what doing anything for views looks like by my boy Meezy, bro. So right before I click on this video, man, I want to acknowledge, bro, this self-deletion ad. I'm not trying to get demonetized. The self-deletion ad right here, bro. I don't know.
Do you
I don't know
prioritize health?
My bad. Technical difficulties. Yeah, this self-deletion ad right here, I'm pretty sure, things are going to get a little deep. You know what I'm saying? Things might get a little deep when it comes to this video and the topic, bro. So, yeah, man. Let's just check it out, bro. Let's see what this is about.
I would say no. I would wholeheartedly disagree with that statement. It is very likely that some of my lifespan will be diminished with the things that I'm doing. I don't believe that's from some of the steroids, but maybe some of the recreational drugs in conjunction with the steroids. But in terms of like functional health, I'm fantastic, right? I'm always very sharp.
If you have to justify, let me just get this out of the way real quick, man. If you have to justify taking drugs, my life is probably shorter than it's supposed to be. I'm gonna be honest with you. And that sucks. What can I say? That sucks. But as of right now, I feel great. I feel great, bro. As of right now, life is amazing.
What
The hell is this guy talking about, bro? If you genuinely have to justify taking drugs, bro, in the name of looksmaxing, how much you want to bet this guy's on steroids? Let's see what he says, bro. I bet you he's on steroids, bro. There's no way.
There's nothing wrong in terms of that, in terms of the way I feel every day. So that's kind of all I'm concerned about.
So you don't care about maximizing your lifespan as much as your day-to-day?
Yeah, I'm not a huge longevity guy.
Every single year, a new meta is birthed, and it rocks the TikTok airways, ultimately having young men and potentially young women going out of their way to do the dangerous stunts that these content creators do. We've run through the red pill, we've run through the black pill, and now this looks maxing craze is taking the meth. And I didn't mean cake. Literally, they're taking the meth. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. It really goes a long way for the channel. Now, back to the video.
Yeah, answer that question. Yeah, what's made you want to just go and do this?
It's a very good question, right? So, obviously, when I was a lot younger, I really wasn't good looking. Like, I was riddled with acne, overweight, fat. Like, I went the wrong way. Yeah, we'll pull up a picture in a second. But yeah, so at first, it was more of like, oh, I look like I have these things to fix. And I didn't know the extent of, how bad looking. I was like, okay, I gotta fix these things, and then we'll get into it. But I realized I started making more objective analysis of the world, like from a sociological standpoint, and I realized, wait, you can actually get such an advantage over the common man by being good looking, and the more percentiles that you gain in your attraction, the more benefits open up to you. We're talking about job opportunities, we're talking about girls.
That is self-proclaimed looks maxing general.
Well, listen, he has some type of a point. I'll give it to him, man. There is some type of a point. When it comes to genuine attractiveness, it does help. It helps people be more comfortable around you. It helps people open up to you more. It helps you get through job applications, get girls, sure. But it is not everything. As a matter of fact, I don't even think it's the most important thing. It's not even the second most important thing. For me, at least, in my mental, the most important thing is how you carry yourself and how you view yourself in front of others. Or just in life in general, not even in front of others. If you carry yourself like you already have a job and you're going to that job interview and you are carrying yourself like you already nailed it, and that's how you talk to them. You talk to them like you know you're going to get the job. Well then, of course, you don't want to show up looking like Shrek. But if you're a pretty average guy, it's no problem. Same goes with girls. If you act like you know you're gonna nail the pickup line or whatever, don't even use pickup lines, but you know what I'm saying. If you act like you're already going to achieve or obtain her in a way, have her, right? Well then, that's more important than how you look. I'll be honest with you, specifically with the guys. With the girls, it's a little different. Girls, for us, they need to look better than they are. But when it comes to guys, bro, if you carry yourself a certain way, you have a certain type of aura. Let's say a certain type of aura. Well then, what's the problem? Attractiveness goes only so far, if that makes sense. And so it's very weird for this guy to take so long. It's very weird for this guy right here to take such a identity revolving around only looks maxing, which is just a cringy 2025 modern term of saying I'm trying to look as good as possible, and so I'm going to take, probably he's taking, I didn't hear him say it yet, TRT, gear, or steroids. He already admitted to drugs, methamphetamine. He admitted to bone smashing. If you got a bone smash, you're mentally ill. You're unstable. Bone smashing is when you hit your jaw, creates micro fractures in your bone. Some bullshit, bro. Please don't do that shit. Please don't do that shit. That shit is dumb as fuck. Like, bro.
What?
The fuck are you talking about, bro? Because, like, anywho, this guy right here obviously had huge amount of insecurities, and so his identity revolves around looking his best, because that, in his eyes, is the key to success. Let's just keep it pushing, man.
Clavicular. Look maxing is an internet subculture originating in incel forums focused on maximizing physical attractiveness through extreme self-improvement, involving practices from basic skincare to potentially dangerous procedures like bone smashing, aiming to achieve idealized features like sharp jawlines, better skins, etc., etc. And clavicular is the Kevin Samuels, Andrew Tate, Walter and Myron fresh and fit of the looks maxing game.
So she got 3.5. Why and how can she improve?
Well, her mid face is way too long. Obviously, she's got the jowls coming in, horrible nasolabial folds, horrible total facial width to height ratio. Just really bad age indicators, but obviously at 30, that's not so. Really bad age indicators, but obviously at 30.
First of all, I went back to show you Myron's dumbass is recording this shit. Oh my god, he's using scientific terms. Oh my god, let me take a recording. There's a bunch of these girls around him, bro. This is just nasty, bro. This is very disgusting behavior. It screams I'm insecure, or it screams I was once insanely insecure. Because why else would you know this shit? This guy's not a neuro or plastic surgeon. This guy doesn't need to know this stuff. It screams I, at one point, have been extremely insecure about my physique, about my looks, about my physical attributes. And so I started studying or rumors about how I can fix shit. When in reality, bro, your mom is who your mom is. Your dad is who your dad is. Your combination of both genetics plays a big role, and purely genetics is a solid thing that you cannot change. Anyways, man, this is just, I'm not trying to defend these girls. These girls are all demons, OnlyFans demons, bro. So I'm not trying to defend them. I'm just saying this is just very disgusting, nasty, insecure behavior. But let's just keep it pushing, bro.
That's not something really that's going to surprise me.
You see, girls, no matter what you have, there's always wanting more. Okay, free yacht, free booze, free everything. Can the chat donate some? It's like, God
I thought you had money. I'm entitled to your money. I'm entitled to your money.
And I said, well, how about we do a free birthday celebration? I thought you had money. It's like...
Now, on the surface level, looks maxing has no issue with me. Going to the gym, eating better, washing your face and your booty, which I know a lot of my audience doesn't do. Us on the unemployed side of the internet don't do that type of stuff. Is honestly better for your health, better for your longevity. And if you look good, you feel good. If you feel good, you play good, or something that my old football coach used to tell me. But ultimately, clavicular is taking things to a whole nother level.
Is that a hammer?
Yep, bone smashing.
Wait, you actually did that shit?
Yep.
Wait, to your face?
Yeah, bone smashing.
How does that even work?
So bone smashing bases off the principle of Wolff's Law, right? Where when you break down a bone, it's going to grow back stronger. So you're intentionally creating microfractures to your cheekbones, your zygos, in order to induce this.
If this were to be the case, if you break your wrist, the bone part of your wrist, or your shin, or a bone, if you break a bone, why the hell would you have problems for the rest of your life after having it healed? Why? My left ankle still isn't as strong as my right ankle because of the injury I took a couple years ago. Isn't my bone supposed to regrow stronger? No. This is insane. This is, guys, if you guys are actually like contemplating whether or not doing this shit, unsubscribe and leave the fucking channel, bro. This is insane, bro.
Process.
He's
Yeah.
dedicated. Okay.
He's
I mean,
dedicated.
that's a bit extreme, but fuck it, if it works, it works.
We're talking about surgeries.
So I am getting something called a double jaw surgery very soon. I've got my plan right here. I could show you that after.
And what does that do just in general?
So a double jaw surgery is advancing the upper and lower jaw. So this is also in conjunction with implants being done. So this is certainly, going to improve my airway, but this is an aesthetic surgery.
We're talking about drug usage.
Wait, is it true you do meth? Somebody told me you do meth too.
I do meth, yes. So I do meth to, basically suppress my appetite and try to get leaner.
We're talking about all sorts of different things.
Let's talk about clavicular.
Bro, if you have to do any type of drug, including steroids is a whole different topic, anyways, if you have to do any type of drug, bro, to suppress or to change or to redirect how you look, you are long gone. You are long gone. It's GG. It's GG's for you, buddy. Get the fuck out of life, man. This is mentally insane, bro.
This really needs to be heard by everyone because Clav's message is spreading fast and causing a lot of harm. So recently, Clav has gone from being kind of niche to being one of the bigger TikTokers of 2025. And as someone who used to be part of the LM community, what he's doing and like pushing is very, very harmful. I'm a full-grown man, and seeing content from creators like Clav maybe go down this huge LM rabbit hole. After going down this rabbit hole, I wanted to get DJ surgery. I wanted to get stuff done to my eyes, stuff done to every part of my face to like change myself, to make myself look better. Which, look, there's nothing wrong with self-improvement. I am not saying that at all. But what Clav and other creators like Clav are pushing right now kind of go full circle from self-improvement all the way over to the self-harm area.
I was literally about to say, this is not self-improvement, man. It might look or appear like it's self-improvement on the surface, bro, but if you start listening to this guy talking about you need to take meth, you need to hit your jaw with a hammer, you need to suppress your appetite by taking drugs and hop on TRT and gear and steroids, doesn't sound like self-improvement to me, man.
Yeah.
If you don't know, Clav is on like a huge cocktail of different chemicals, a lot of which aren't exactly safe for you to take. And Clav is very open about being like on all these chemicals, which has kind of made these chemicals popularized to the mainstream. Now look, people have always been on these chemicals, but it hasn't really been to the point that it is right now. And Clav is kind of trying to push it and make it look trendy and cool, which
Also, no offense, bro, but for somebody who genuinely, actually take offense, I don't give a fuck. For somebody who genuinely, quotes to be on steroids, this body is achievable without, bro. 4 to 5 years in the gym and you're chilling, bro.
look, you will look better
And
if
by
you get on
chemicals,
this
he
stuff. I'm
definitely
not
means
saying that
drugs.
you won't.
He means
If
drugs.
you start following like Clav's routine, you're going to be taking decades off of your lifespan.
That's
if
a
you
fact.
don't know, Clav is like 19 or 20, and a lot of people think that he's a lot older because the different compounds he's on kind of age you both internally and externally.
There's a fundamental difference between going to the gym multiple times a week and ultimately doing surgeries to your body to change your perception, or even doing things like cocaine, crack, meth, et cetera, to make you look better. It's like a concept I can't even understand. I think a lot of late teenagers / early 20-something-year-olds go through this same sort of mindset at some point. We all find some sort of fitness inspo. We go to the gym for a little while. We get as buff as possible, maybe use the scientific methods, all this stuff like that. Everybody goes through it. It's a canon event. But one thing that I cannot get around is this new generation opting into surgeries off the rip. You still have some growing to do. You still have some developing to do. And the reason why they are opting into these surgeries and looking at this as a viable option is because of content creators like Clavicular.
This guy is so obsessed with his looks that he breaks his bones just to reshape them. Clavicular is a black pill looks maxer who believes you should do any and everything just to look better. So he currently takes steroids, meth, and uses a
Okay, all right, man. Hold on, what? Wait, hold on.
who believes you should do any and everything just to look better. So he currently takes steroids, meth, and uses a penis enlargement machine. But the worst part is, he's 19. A lot of people are saying his skin looks terrible. They thought he
What the hell? He is literally my age. Bro, what the fuck? What the hell, bro? Alright, man, listen. I've been saying it all video, and I'm gonna just say it one more time, bro. If you are so insecure that your whole identity revolves around looking different because you think that's the key to the universe, that's the key to success, that's the key to girls, that's the key to money, that's the key to happiness, no. And why I'm saying the key to happiness at the end is because everything kind of goes up into this big goal, which is peace and happiness. If you want money, well, what do you really want? Financial freedom. Why do you want financial freedom? So you can feel stress-free, so you can do what you want to do. Why do you want that? So you can be happy and live a good life, right? At least that's how my thinking is. And so it goes from I want this money to I want financial freedom to I want to live stress-free and do whatever I want to I want to be peaceful and happy. That's usually where it stops. There's no above that. That's the ceiling. And so when you really do think about all these physical or external things, I want hella girls. Okay, why do you want hella girls? Because deep down, I kind of want to be loved. Okay, why do you want to be loved? Well, because I'm not really happy with myself. I don't feel loved on my own. And so I feel like I need to resort to somebody else's love. Okay. And what if you did love yourself and you also had somebody else's love? Well, I'd be happy. And so it goes back to the happiness, right? I'm not trying to make this whole video into a life lesson, bro. What I am trying to say is when you genuinely focus on all these external things, well, you are going to fail at achieving that top part, which is happiness. And so the biggest thing, especially when it comes to looksmaxing, red pill shit, whatever the case may be, the biggest thing that you want to take into consideration, bro, is you can have the best haircut. You can have a haircut every single day, have the freshest fade on planet Earth, bro. You can be on steroids and be as buff as fucking Arnold. You can have all these things. But what do you truly search for in these things? Right? What is the deeper meaning behind all this? You're not just doing it just to do it. You're doing it for a reason, for a purpose. Well, what is that purpose? Okay, well, let's take a look. When it comes to this guy, right, he obviously stated, and I'm not trying to be a therapist, but he obviously stated that in his past, he was extremely obese, apparently. I never saw any pictures. And he was very insecure. He had a lot of acne, like he said. He was out of shape. And I'm sure he didn't have any motion. He didn't fit in, whatever the case may be. And so one day he probably came across this shit. We're basically the same age, bro. Bro's literally like a couple months older than me. Anyways, so he came across this red pill Andrew Tate Sneeko movement, self-improvement movement, but it's not even that anymore. Shit passed. And so he came across that, and he unconsciously made the decision that the physical look is what he's missing in order to be happy, right? It goes back to that thing that I was talking about, that ceiling of I just want to be happy. And so he started chasing this. What you chase escapes, and what you resist persists. What you focus on grows. The 3 rules of the universe. And so he started chasing this goal of looking good. Why? So he can feel what he never felt before. Secure, happy with himself, accepted, not just by others, but by himself. And so he started doing all these things that are actually damaging him. He started damaging himself more than he actually started helping himself. Sure, he might look better, but is it that much better? And of course, is it worth the 10, 20 years of loss in your lifespan? No. And so he did all these things to try and achieve happiness, when in reality, it might just be the thing that blocks him from getting happy because of the amount of damage that he's done. This is irreversible stuff. Being on methamphetamine to look good, not only is mentally insane and unstable, but it is physically like threatening to your life, through your health. There's a reason why the shit is illegal, bro, because it's not good for you, right? If it was legal, okay, you could take whatever the fuck you want. And so when you really put it all into perspective, if you are struggling with something where you don't feel happy, or you feel like you are trying to achieve this high level of happiness, and you think that you need these little materialistic things in order to connect you to go up there into that happy realm, well, you're wrong. Because there is a way to feel happy through these materialistic things, but that's all temporary shit. It fades. The real way to really be happy, bro, and I should make a video on this, the real way to genuinely be happy is accepting who you are, accepting that some things are just out of your control, bro. Some things are purely out of your control. And understanding that what you have, well, you shall receive more of it. And what you already, or what you act like you have, you should receive more of. And what you have, if you don't stand your ground, to him, things will be taken. In other words, that's just fancy words and fancy wording for, in other words, saying what you want or believe you can achieve, you will get, like you will obtain. What you genuinely don't think you deserve, well, even what you have will be taken, and you're not going to get anything. And so the way you carry yourself is truly the most important thing. Just like I said in the beginning of this video, the way you carry yourself is insanely important. And it's just insane that people have to resort to these things, these external damaging things, in order to, feel good. But yeah, man, a little life lesson for y'all, man. Yeah, bro. Anyways, man, let me know what y'all think in the comments below, man. I love every single one of you, bro. I'm gonna see y'all on my next one, man. God bless and peace.